So our assignment was to get a hold of different people from the union and find out who they were. I got Monty Anderson. Monty Anderson is our president as well as Seattle Building Trades Executive Secretary. When Monty used to work in the field or on the tools, he would say his daily goal was to not get fired and do his job correctly. 33 years later, his goals have not changed. His job holds lots of debate, so blowing his top is something he constantly battles. For Firestop, Monty drives to advance labor and secure enough work for us. When asked if Firestop as a whole should change or work on anything, Monty replied, "We should change nothing. We bargain, we fill our scope, and fight for our work and job." Monty suggests that everyone that does this job enjoy what they do, use your mind, and take on challenges, and believes there is no substitute for hard work. Monty believes 100% licensing this trade is worth it for this trade and thinks everything should be licensed. If it's licensed anywhere, it should be licensed everywhere. Monty knows growth is guaranteed and believes in the growth of this industry and would not give anyone false hope on that topic.
All right, the assignment was to interview Greg Bowers. Greg Bowers is a business agent organizer. He was an insulator for 14 plus years before he became a business organizer. He's been on the business agent organizer for 7 plus years. His position is 3 years term. His job starts from 6 a.m. to 4 to 5 p.m., but he does work past those hours and also works on weekends when necessary. His day-to-day operation consists of hiring and dispatching insulators, fire stoppers, contractors. He has 22 contractors to deal with. If you're ever on the out of work list, he has 5 fire stopper contractors he'll get hold of. Those fire stopper contracts is Hudson Bay, K Fox, PCI, DNG, and Fighter Brothers. That's the new one. Tips for apprentice. Learn as much as we can in the school and apply it to the field. And make sure we're doing our work right and no half-assing. Because at the end of the day, what we do is saving lives and save for those rainy days. And he also goes out on the field and polices and make sure we're doing all our job right. And don't look at us our pay as the icing on the cake. Saving lives is. And Greg Bauer is the baddest business agent organizer you're ever gonna be.
So my interview was with Brian Manthe. Just trying to find out what he does as the organizer for the company. So Brian Manthe, he organizes the body as a whole, talks to workers, converts non-union workers to come to the union, monitors projects, follows L&I. So this position is not a voted position. He starts work at 6 a.m. every single day, writes his schedule, checks L&I, and then he begins his day to travel to projects. The hardest part of this role is organizes the body as a whole. Essentially, when you try to get everyone together, like there's a lot of rumors that go around with the body, so organizing that is very hard. He has 11 years experience. He's an insulator mechanic. He goes to union meetings. That's kind of the one conversation I had with him, is how to be more involved with these union meetings. The one thing that he said to me was that as an apprentice, there's one point in the apprenticeship that you're gonna feel burnt or discouraged. I guess like how you deal with becoming burnt. Like you're either gonna quit or you're gonna keep trying. He applied to every single position in our union, and he pretty much got rejected from every single one, multiple times. And then he got the position as an organizer because he continued on. He didn't get discouraged, and that pretty much led to his success in his position now. And I think that's the one thing that kind of like motivated me to want to try harder. It's like if you fail at something, you get back up and you try again. Like my next interview, I can be nervous, but yeah. Educational tools that he said for me, I asked him like what further education besides school can I take or look at, and NLRA, Canid, Signal Picket, Railroad Union, which we looked at a little bit, and then the Moore Dry Dock. Essentially, all the rules for our picketing come from the Moore Dry Dock, and it's very important that we follow those rules because if you go out of your way to cross a picket line, you can essentially get sued. Also, there's one thing that he told me was that if you talk about a picket, you can actually get sued for that as well. Like if you see a picket and you start talking to people about it, you can actually get sued for that. So there's a lot of little rules that I didn't know that you can actually get in trouble with, and that was kind of very interesting to speak about. So
This assignment, I got to interview our very own Brian Kinsman. Super cool. Brian is our apprentice coordinator, whose responsibilities range from growing and ensuring our education all the way down, or should I say up to keeping the lights on at the school. Even though 20 years ago he never thought he would be in this position, his 100-year roots in our local and his passion for helping grow the legacy his family built has made him perfect for this job. He was, for all intents and purposes, blindsided with an offer after attending a conference on teaching foremen, which resulted in a 3 to 4 year stint of traveling the country, talking to guys about construction and safety, a job he quickly realized he loves doing. However, no job comes without a few cons, which these can include politics, trying not to offend the bigwigs, and occasionally discontinuing an individual's program. Brian was 28 when he saw the light and joined the local his family helped create. He tried to do his own thing, but realized he could build a life, take care of his family, and continue his family legacy by being an insulator. He told me about a conference he attended where apprentices competed and coordinators traded information, all in the name of networking and building camaraderie throughout the locals that are involved in our trade. And this conference, hosted in San Francisco, brought in workers from Utah, Alaska, and even Hawaii, which I thought was super cool because I have never heard of this trade until like last year, and to know that everybody's coming together all around the country, I thought was super dope. So while the trade has been growing a bit, Brian just wants more. His vision for the future includes doubling the members we have in our local, which is in Alaska and Washington, and then gaining respect from other builders and bringing back the brotherhood and pride he's watched decrease a bit over time, but did mention how he enjoys seeing how we as apprentices can come together here and build up that camaraderie. Brian has devoted himself to the growth and development of our union, our trades, and the youth of Local 7. His work is important and should not go unnoticed at all. When asked what advice he would give to new guys like myself, his words were to understand that mistakes are okay, but owning them and being honest and communicating with those around you is even more important. Also, don't be stupid and don't run your mouth too much. That's what Brian Kinsman.